everybody, and welcome back to the new and improved version of Heroes of the Storm, courtesy of patch 19.0, which has brought about quite a lot of changes, improvements to heroes, in the roster and various different things. But of course, one of the more notable additions, as usual with these big patches, is the addition of a new hero to the roster, and it's funny calling him a hero, being that he's not really a hero. Rather, he's one of the more evil villains in Warcraft of all time. In fact, it's kind of funny. We just had Medivh, a character from the Warcraft movie, and now we've had another character from the movie be added to the roster, and it's the Warlock of the Horde himself, Guldan, Darkness Incarnate. Abandoning the ways of shamanism, Guldan entered a pact with the demon lord Kil'jaeden and betrayed his people in exchange for limitless power. With the Orcish horde under his master's thrall, both Draenor and Azeroth nearly fell into his grasp. So yes, Guldan, the evil warlock of the horde, who had a very big hand in how things went, especially with the invasion of Azeroth. You saw it in the movie. He's now here in the Nexus. This is his basic default look here. This is some of the color tints here of his original default look. This is his master skin. Like more of a higher tier warlock set here of armor. Oh, look at that. With the orange skin, as if he was never tainted at all. Because remember, the green skin is part of the taint. And then here is an interesting alternate skin, Bale Spider Guldan. I'm not exactly sure what this is a play on. I have a feeling Bale Spider might have to do with possibly a dungeon or a raid boss, something along those lines. For those of you who are more knowledgeable in World of Warcraft, please feel free to inform me on what the connection is with this Bale Spider thing to Guldan. So what is he like, though? Well, he's a ranged assassin, and he's actually set to medium difficulty. But from what I tried out when he was in the public test realm, he seems a little bit more harder than that. So let's take a look. What is he like? Well, he has Fell Flame, which is a projectile ability. It releases a wave of flame, dealing 181 damage to enemies. It costs 75 mana, but it only has a 1.5 second cooldown. So you could just boom, boom, boom. It does cost a lot of mana, but you could be able to do it successfully if you wanted to. We have... Well, before we get to the other abilities, let's look at his trait, because this is kind of important for his character. Guldan does not regenerate mana. His trait is Life Tap, which takes away 234 of his own life, and it activates to restore 25% of his mana. So, whereas he still does regenerate health, he does not regenerate mana. You have to sacrifice some of your own life in order to restore some mana. Which... oh, excuse me. Which, if you're familiar with how to play those types of classes, like Warlock and, Necromancer and such, they kind of deal with things like that. Those kinds of abilities, sacrificing life for power. Kind of part of the whole, description of those classes. So then his W ability is Drain Life. Drains the life of an enemy over 3 seconds, dealing 132 damage per second and healing Guldan for 172 health per second. Has a 10-second cooldown and no cost of mana. So that's another way that can both damage as well as give him life, because it's all about micromanaging your mana and your health. How to get your health so you can keep giving yourself mana. And then there's Corruption, which costs 90 mana and has a 16-second cooldown. Call for 3 bursts of shadow energy, dealing 204 damage over 6 seconds. Stacks 3 times, which would be good for someone trying to get away. But so far I haven't really seen it to be all that useful. His 2 heroics, Horrify, which has an 80-second cooldown and costs 90 mana. After a short delay, deal 120 damage and fear enemy heroes in the area for 2 seconds. It has a very small radius. It's mainly meant for, like, if you see someone going for an objective, and they're standing in a group, or for a tribute, then you drop this, and they'll actually lose control of their hero, and they'll just run away in fear, which can be very useful if you want your team to engage in a fight where they can't really be able to have certain abilities to counter. It's almost like a silence. just for a couple seconds. So it can be a useful ability in that regard. And then there's Rain of Destruction. Summon a rain of meteors in an area for 7 seconds. Each meteor deals 165 damage in a small area. But the area for the meteors to fall is pretty big. So that can definitely be a very good AoE damage ability. But it is similar to Nazebo when he channels his Spirit ult, where he has to stay in the same spot. He can't move or do anything else while he is channeling Rain of Destruction, which makes him vulnerable. So you have to make sure you position yourself in a safe spot before you're going to do this ability, otherwise you'll leave yourself vulnerable while it's being channeled because you won't be able to move. So his talent tree, well, what does he have? Well, he has a 3 different quest talent, level 1 talents. Pursuit of Flame hits 40. If you hit 40 enemy heroes with Fell Flame, you get increased radius by 10%. You can have Glyph of Drain Life, which increases the cast range of Drain of Life, which can make yourself a little safer. Although the range from what I saw really was not that big, so I don't know how many people are really going to go for that. Echoed Corruption hit 3 enemy heroes with Corruption, and after the 3rd strike, Corruption strikes 3 times in the opposite direction. I never really tried this because it didn't really sound all that useful, though I haven't really tried a Corruption build. And then Chaotic Energy. Gathering a regen globe causes your next basic ability with a mana cost to refund 25 mana. After gathering 20 regen globes, your basic ability mana costs are permanently reduced by 20. So then that would make your abilities cost only 55 and 70. And probably also, I don't know if it's for your ults too. Then we've got Health Funnel. If an enemy dies while under the effect of Drain Life, the cooldown is reduced by 6 seconds. Life Tap restores 35% mana. And an active ability, Consume Soul, instantly kill an enemy minion and heal for 365 health. So either of these I think would be the way to go. I'm it partly depends on what type of player you are. I think I would go with this, whereas I think players who are more comfortable with activation abilities, if you're someone who likes to play the Piano Uther build with all the activation abilities, then I wouldn't be surprised if that's the one you would go with. At 7, we have Fell Flame. Each enemy hero hit with Fell Flame reduces the cooldown of Corruption by 1 second. Drain Life deals 50% more damage to enemies who are below 50% health. Corruption slows enemy movement speed, gain ability power, but reduce healing received. So you would increase your ability power by 50%, but you'd reduce the amount of healing received from allies by 25%. So I think I would probably go with Devour the Frail, in case you are able to use it on someone low health, which would be a good way to help take out other squishy assassins and other squishy characters. And I think for me, I would probably go with Rain of Destruction because I've tested each of them out. Horrify has a very small radius, and it only lasts for 2 seconds, which could be good if you don't want to be the main damage dealer, if you have other teammates that are good at engaging. But I think probably the more safer route, if you're wanting to just increase the amount of damage your team needs, is go with Rain of Destruction. I probably would go with that because the radius for it is actually pretty big. You can't control where the meteors are going to fall, but it just seems like a really, really useful ability, especially considering how big the radius is. And I'll show you guys when I do the versus match. At 13, Fell Flame can grant a spell shield. You can increase the healing from Drain Life when it's used on heroes. You could use this on minions or whatever, but I don't know why you would want to waste that unless you are desperate for health. This increases death respawn timer and health. Your maximum health is permanently increased by 25%, but your death respawn time is increased by 15 seconds. Health Stone. Activate to heal for 30% of your maximum health. So this can be one of those healing abilities like what Johanna and Leoric have. Just a nice way to just give yourself some healing. Like I said, I can see 2 different types of players playing this guy differently. At 16, increases Fell Flame's damage. Corruption deals an additional 78 damage on impact. The 3rd strike deals 233 damage. After using Life Tap, the next ability that you cast has 20% increased ability power, which seems pretty, like I said, I could see the micromanagement for this guy being pretty helpful. So then at 20, we have increased the duration of Horrified to 3 seconds, and feared enemies become vulnerable, taking 25% increased damage. Like I said, it's really good if you have teammates who are good at doing engaging and such. Deep Impact, Rain of Destruction, slows enemies' movement speed by 90% for a half a second. And then Demonic Circle, summons a Demonic Circle at your location, then activate the teleport to the Demonic Circle. I tried this out. I couldn't really figure out how to do it right, or what the really benefit of going with this was, so I think I would just go with Deep Impact. So that's Guldan in a nutshell for how he kind of looks. Let's go ahead and see how he does in action. And of course, we're going with a versus AI match with AI teammates because, well, you know, obviously the wait time on playing this guy in quick match or with other people would be way too long. Oh, and by the way, I was awarded this portrait here for having StarCraft II Legacy of the Void, so I'm going to show that for some time. Because, of course, you guys know how much I love StarCraft. So my initial impressions of Guldan when I played him in the public test realm is that he's interesting because I could see his use, but I don't know how strong he could actually be.
I am darkness incarnate.
This map doesn't necessarily emphasize regen globes. I'm gonna go ahead and try this, Pursuit of Flame. Because I actually I don't think I ever tried it when I was in the public test room. I only played a couple matches with him. I'm gonna go ahead and try it this time.
5, 4.
Let's see how he does helping in a lane with the shrine.
Fight well, heroes.
So you can see that's the range on that ability. Oh, see, there's the damage being done. And that's the drain life. So as you can see, I had to use some health in order to up. So they have a Brightwing, an Artanis, an Abathur, a Greymane, and a Vala. Oh boy.
The ancient shrines. Control them.
Ada!
Your deeds shall be remembered.
Abathur, of course it was Abathur. Well, the AI did get improved for this game, so.
And the dragon's power is yours.
Draining life to Brightwing. Oh, there we go. Ah, man, I died again. Man. Ah. Wow, look at this. Artanis with Abathur, and my team cannot kill him. I mean, of course, that is Artanis, but wow. Oh, I just noticed something on the mini-map here. They've added some little plus signs, or little, I guess, life signs to the forts there? Huh. Interesting. Here we go, channel, drain health. Alright, so now let's go with that. Give me health, Brightwing. That can be good for clearing lanes of minions. Let me go tap this fountain here. Let us help the dragon. Gonna have to work on my Guldan impression. Alright. Bask in my glory. In case you can't tell by now, I do enjoy working on my orcish voices.
Mine is the only way.
I mean, after all, Loktar. Alright, so for this I would go with Devour the Frail. And of course, I'm never saying that this is the way to play him. I'm only saying that this is how I would play him. You know, just someone who's not nearly as good as some of the other more pro players would. Missed. There. Oh, look how close Greymane is to dying.
The shrines.
Ah, man. Of course, he got out of range. Oh, there's Abathur. I wonder, can I reach him? Yes, I can. Oh, take that, Abathur.
Rather entertaining.
That was a mistake.
That was a mistake. That's right, Rainer, you helped me get these knights. Alright, now let's go over here and help with this shrine. Oh ho! Got you, Brightwing. Gonna go back and heal. It'd be amazing as if we could grab those knights there. Get him, get him, get him. Yeah, there we go. Look at that, they have to go for that bottom push. Zagara's gonna get the knight. I'm gonna go down here and help these guys. Make this bottom push. Make it real. Alright, so that's gonna help out the push bottom lane, while the Dragon Knight focuses on getting the fort here in mid lane. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. They are not pleased. Alright, so here's the radius. Ah, they moved. Give me Hellfalla. And Rain of Destruction. Oh, no!
Killing blow.
Oh, man, I'm gonna get away. Woo! Good thing my healing drain health was able to finish off Greymane there. I'm with you, Reyna. Let's get this camp here.
Mercenary fools.
Let's get these mercenary fools. Alright, let's go. Let's go with this. More health from that ability.
The Papaneeks will be pleased. Enslave these mercenary fools.
Enslave these mercenaries. Oh, never mind. Oh boy, they're here. Man, okay, well, that AI Greymane for some reason left me alone. If that had been a human player, I would have been dead.
Power gathers within the shrines. Unleash the dragon's wrath.
Infinite possibilities. That's right, Karasim and Zagar. You go get those giants. That's right. That's what I love playing with the AI in this game, is that they do what you tell them to do.
The ritual begins.
I tell them to go get mercs, they go get the mercs. It's like, I control my whole team.
And slaughter your enemies.
This will
Hello, Vala.
be to the
Oh, I killed Vala.
Your
Let's go heal up.
suffering has only begun. The time has come.
Your suffering has only begun.
All be over.
Oh, I have that, I've reached that goal. Uh-oh. Who dares take the shrine from us? Bright. Dead.
I believe of my
Good for clearing out a wave of minions. Oh, and no, you cannot do life tap while mounted. It will dismount you. Silly AI Vala. Ha ha! Got her.
Killing spree.
bask in my glory.
Bask in my glory. And rain of destruction. Let's try this. Can stack up to 5 times. Boom! Ah, she got out of my range. Ah, couldn't finish up right way. Oh boy. Oh no! Artanis! How could you? Ah!
Enslave these
Hey Rainer, go get those giants.
fools.
Slay these mercenary fools. Oh my gosh, that AI Zagar just sat there.
The shrines awaken.
AI, you so dumb.
Who will control the Dragon Knight's power? Your fort has fallen. Activate the shrine. Take the Dragon Knight's power.
Holy moly, look at this way this Avatar's pushed the top lane.
Double kill.
Yeah, there we go. Double kill.
Whatever is left of your power is mine.
Drain life. Boom! Yeah! Take that.
An excellent kill.
So at this point, let's see. I'm actually leading in siege and hero damage. If you can be able to know how to properly manage your mana with your health, I mean, I can see the potential for him being strong. I just don't know how strong. I doubt we're talking Li Ming or Kael'thas strong. Here we go. Go touch this fountain. And it looks like my AI teammates are ready to end this match. They're like, push core to win! Push core to win! Except for this Rainer here, I don't know what he's doing. He's just kind of stuck.
Time is fleeting. Is the only way. Their suffering.
Stupid AI teammates trying to end it now. Oh, 50%! Catapults, though. That's what it really is. Give me some health.
Keep up the pressure.
Enslave these mercenaries.
That's right, Rainer. Keep up the pressure.
Mine is the only. Enslave.
Now let's go get these
mercenary
knights.
fools.
Enslave these mercenaries. Give me health, mercenary. Now let's go back to base and defend this mid lane push.
I expect no less.
Rain of meteors! Time has come.
That keep is no more.
Slay these mercenary
Slay these mercenaries.
Dragon awaits, heroes. Free him and
Look at that, the mercs got rid of the bottom fort. Our Zagara is pushing with them. Give me life, Sith mercenaries. Get out of here, Raynor. Go do your own thing. Now let's see if I can go grab this bottom shrine unless our... Hold on, what did our AI Dehaka choose? Oh, he went with adaptation. Uh-oh, this could be bad.
The time has come.
Never mind. Give me his Altanis. Ah, I'm gonna die. Yep.
unleash its power.
Oh well. Well, we have mid and bottom forts taken down, so let's see if my teammates here can focus on top. What would be great is if we could grab these mercs right here. Look at my... Wow, look at this. My AI teammate Karazim is not able to hold his own against Vala. Well, let's see what builds they went with. Oh, he went with Insight. Which is actually an interesting thing they added. By the way, yeah, I mentioned they added a ton of changes to a lot of characters' talent trees. And Insight with the Restore Mana is definitely one that that they added here for Karazim, which is kind of interesting. That once you have 100 stacks of Insight, everything is basically reduces the cooldown on basic abilities. Of course, there's that. Oh, and Zagara. Oh my gosh. Zagara may have had the most interesting changes. Look at this. Nidus Network. Except that this Zagara doesn't know about how to set your creep properly.
Let your enemies burn.
Still leading in damage for my team. But then again, these are AI teammates, so... Let's just end it.
Eliminate their core.
Actually, before we do that, let's take a look. What is his dance? Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. What is his taunt?
I am your nightmare. The time.
Nice. I am your nightmare. Rain of destruction. There we go. Took out the core.
Well deserved, heroes.
So I'll say this about Guldan. I actually like him from the initial outset more than Medivh. Unfortunately, Medivh was kind of a disappointment for me, and I quickly lost interest in playing him. Guldan, however, he's a bit more interesting, and I could see it maybe a bit more useful and fun. I just don't know how strong he actually is. I'm going to have to wait and see what tier he falls under from all the professional players, or whoever it is that sets what tiers heroes fall under in this roster. I mean, he's an assassin, but is he as powerful or as good as Chromie, or as Karazim, or as Li Ming? I mean, that may depend on the player who's playing him, but then again, just, you know, just in general speaking, how strong is he, and where does he fall under the category of all these assassins in terms of how strong of a damage dealer he is? You know, is he as strong as Kirazim, or does he fall under a different tier, like tier 2 or tier 3? I don't know. Is he a high skill cap hero like Greymane, or is he, you know, then again, his medium is set to his difficulty is set to medium, so he doesn't seem that complex to play. I just don't know if he'd be my kind of guy, because I'm not sure if I am used to this playstyle of sacrificing life or mana. It just doesn't necessarily fit into my own playstyle. I will tell you what, though. This new and changed roster, there are some people I want to mess around with and learn how to see how they play now. Like, for example, Zagara. Like I told you guys, they have completely changed Zagara. How she look. Look at this. They have totally changed her talent tree. She is completely different now than how she used to play. And that's the way it is for other certain heroes as well. So I'm gonna have to experiment and mess around with some of these guys, see how they play. But Guldan, you know, he's fun and interesting. I just don't know how strong he could actually be. I'll leave that to the people who actually determine that. So, you know, the next hero that they have said is going to be coming out is going to be Auriel, another member of the Angiris Council, just like Tyrael, so one of his fellow angels will be joining the Nexus. Don't worry, Tyrael, you will not be alone soon. And if they're going to add Auriel to the roster, I'm telling you guys, I want Malthael. I want Malthael to be added here. And I'm still waiting for Deckard Cain. Blizzard, get on that. Where is Deckard Cain? Get him in this game. So anyway, yeah, Guldan, kind of almost a thumbs up, because it's like, I'm not really sure about him. Because I don't know exactly how to place, you know, how to place my finger on him, like in terms of where he is, how good he is. I'm not really sure. So yeah, that's Guldan, and I'll see you guys next time when Auriel gets added to the roster. See you then.